Good afternoon, everybody. Oki, Dadanistara, Ambawastich, and Tansei. These are greetings to all of you in the mother languages of the Treaty 7 Indigenous peoples who stewarded these lands at the confluence of the Bow and Elbow Rivers for generations before many of us came to settle here. And this city has historically been a place where great ideas, resources, and opportunities naturally come together. And long before Scottish settlers named this place Calgary, the Indigenous nations of this area had their own names for the land. In the Blackfoot language, it's known as Moginstis. The Ithaca Nakota Wiskatabe First Nations refer to this place as Wachispa Oyade. The Tsuut'ina call it Gutsas, and the Métis know this place as Otisquani. I would like to take the opportunity on behalf of all of us to appreciate and acknowledge that we are on the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, which is comprised of Siksika, Piikani, Kainai, and Omska Bibigani First Nations, the Ithaca Nakota Wiskatabe First Nations comprised of Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation. City of Calgary is also homeland to the Northwest Métis and the Otipemswak Métis government, and we acknowledge all Indigenous people who call this place home. Today's announcement is one that has been a long time coming. Since taking office, I have heard from many different people, whether they're local businesses, building owners, managers, community organizations, and residents, about downtown and what they have been experiencing since the pandemic. And one of the mainstays of any of the conversations that I've had is this need to have a focus on downtown public safety. And a recurring message has been delivered by everyone. Why is Calgary the only major city in the nation that does not have a downtown police station? This gap was then further reiterated by the downtown safety leadership table that I pulled together earlier this year. In response to these concerns, I've had the opportunity to speak with members of the Calgary Police Service as well as members of the Police Commission. And we agreed that while the Stephen Avenue Safety Hub has enabled better coordination of enforcement teams, it hasn't quite met the needs of those requiring customer-facing service to make police reports or to seek some information from CPS. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we are beefing up the Downtown Safety Hub, ensuring that we will finally have a police station in the core, like so many people have been calling for. The new CPS Community Counter and Downtown Safety Hub will ensure that Calgarians have visible safety services in our downtown. And this centralized location is going to enable partner agencies to leverage each other's expertise and provide the best possible service to Calgarians and businesses in the area. The City of Calgary and the Calgary Police Service are committed to ensuring that everyone feels safe and can access help and support whenever they need it. Along with our partners, we're dedicated to creating a downtown with active streets and well-used public spaces, a place where everyone feels safe and welcome. And this public counter, combined with the safety hub, is a step in the right direction. Well, I thank you all for coming today, and I'm going to now turn things over to Deputy Guild from the Calgary Police Service.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. The space has been a long time coming, as the Mayor mentioned, and we're incredibly grateful to our community partners in the city and our partners across the community to make this happen. Today, we are here at the new Police Downtown Front Counter location. This is where Calgarians can come to report non-emergency police matters such as minor collisions or lost and found property. Even more importantly, this front counter puts on-duty police officers in an accessible, static location to be available to speak to anyone who needs help or seeks advice. While we have many police resources within the area, at any given time, they are mobile, responding to calls for service, and actively patrolling the downtown core. This front counter makes it easier for Calgarians to speak with an officer and enhance the visible presence within the downtown. Chief Lakaitis will share more details about the Safety Hub with you shortly. For police, a Safety Hub is an effective way to collaborate with our law enforcement partners on concerns facing our community. Since the Stephen Avenue Hub was introduced in 2021, we have found this model to be highly effective and would again like to thank our partners for making this happen. Partnership is key to our collective success and the overall safety of Calgarians and those who visit our great city. This is yet another step of many for CPS to work with our city and our community partners to enhance our police presence. With all the exciting developments taking place in downtown core, we welcome further conversations on what future spaces could look like. This expanded safety hub is an important step in our effort to continually enhance safety and security of everyone who lives, works, and visits our downtown. Turn over now to Chief Lukaitis to talk about the safety hub.
Thank you, Deputy Chief, and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. This is a very important milestone for the City of Calgary and, of course, for our downtown community. First, I want to emphasize why it is crucial for City of Calgary peace officers to work alongside the Calgary Police Service and other agencies. And if I've learned anything in my time in public service, is that no single agency can address complex challenges on their own. Collaboration, while it's a buzzy word, is the key to our success, especially when tackling issues that we face in the downtown core. When we collaborate, we gain a holistic understanding of issues. It's an opportunity for us to build relationships, exchange notes, develop strategies, and work in tandem to achieve positive outcomes for Calgarians. This safety hub will facilitate and foster that level of collaboration. Happy to let you know that our Vulnerable Persons team, formerly referred to as our Partner Agency Liaison team, this will be home base for that program and the officers that make up that program. Additionally, we have peace officers that are supporting the community engagement response teams made up of the Calgary Police Service, Emergency Management and Community Safety, and Alberta Health Services. They will also be operating out of this facility. So for us, this larger space will become home base for our peace officer teams and programs that focus specifically on addressing social disorder downtown and also in supporting our most vulnerable citizens. Now, some might wonder if this new location might lead to a reduction in patrols along Stephen Avenue. I assure you this will not happen. The Safety Hub centralizes the Calgary Police Service and the City of Calgary peace officers in downtown, which will allow us to maintain patrols and our presence on Stephen Avenue, while also extending our reach into other communities that need this level of support. Finally, having a dedicated downtown location is crucial for a vibrant, safe downtown. And this is essential for any safe city, and Calgary is no exception. The Stephen Avenue Safety Hub has already shown us how much we can improve on our service delivery when working together, and today marks a significant leap forward. This collaboration hub is a significant step to ensuring that our downtown remains a safe space for everyone. Together, we are working on building a stronger, safer Calgary for all. I want to thank you for being here and for your support today. Thank you.
All right, we'll open it up to questions. We also have Chief Marcia Gonder from Transit here, so please indicate which spokesperson you would like your questions to go to and your name. And
because this is the downtown population, do you have a diverse staff to deal with some of the issues from different cultures?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, the answer is yes, we do.
Oh, I'm sorry, my battery just
Sure. Wait.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait.
but let's just wait till she's got her battery
Sorry
changed
about
real
that.
quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm really proud of is the diversity amongst our workforce. Not only is there lots of internal benefits to having a diverse workforce, people that come to us from different walks of life bring forward different ideas, but I think more to your point, it's a good thing that our workforce is reflective of the communities that we serve. So this is one of our goals for many years, is to continue to increase our diversity within our workforce, because it does pay dividends, especially when you're dealing with challenging issues like supporting individuals who are rough sleeping. The answer is yes.
Darren and then Tiffany.
Can you explain to me what the difference is between a district office, a community counter, and what the safety hub was before? What are people going to be able to do here?
I can speak on behalf of the Calgary Police Service. So we have 8 district offices across the city. District 1 is down in the Ramsay area. With having 8 district offices across the city, we didn't have a downtown presence. So our officers, if they had to go back to the office to complete paperwork, take a statement, speak to complainants, had to go to a district office or down to District 1 in Ramsay. In this case, we have a front counter right here, so we can bring in individuals who want to file complaints, file non-injury MVA complaints, talk to police, seek advice, seek guidance. And also for other officers that need to do paperwork during their investigations, they don't need to leave the downtown core to do paperwork. So they get to do the paperwork right here. As I said earlier, meet with individuals as they need. So it provides, it's essentially a front counter and a hub and an office space to do their work, as opposed to going to one of our regular district offices.
Can I set a quick follow-up? So what's the advantage of that?
Proximity is the biggest advantage, and also driving time and distance. So they're not driving, leaving the downtown core to do whatever they need to do. They get to do it right here. And you'll also see we'll also have other officers that have to come to downtown because of the files that they're working on. We'll also be able to come in and around this area, use this facility. So again, opportunity for us to work closer to where the calls for service are coming from and closer to where our clientele is.
Tiffany?
Can I just ask a question in terms of what will this mean for the District 1 office? Like, will it be closing? Because it says...
The district...
Will be closed.
That's exactly it. The District 1, where all of our police officers that are assigned to District 1 will still work out of the Ramsay location. So we'll have our general investigation team in there. We'll have our district operations team. We'll have all of our patrol teams, all of our vehicles and our equipment. The equipment room is all going to still be there. So the only thing closing at the Ramsay District 1 location is just the front counter where people come in to speak to a police officer or to file a complaint. They'll do that at this location.
Great. And can I ask a quick follow-up?
Sure can.
Compared to previous years, have you seen any benefits of, having, police and bylaw, like, together in the same room in terms of just knowing about what the problem spots are in the downtown?
Absolutely. I can say, particularly post-COVID, we've seen, and I'll speak from my perspective, we've seen a tremendous success in our ability to collaborate and work together, whether it's through transit, whether it's through bylaw, whether it's through the police, where officers get to come in, they get to compare notes, they get to work, problem solve issues as a collective versus different agencies working in silos. So a huge benefit. We saw that benefit at the Stephen Avenue location, which is just 2 blocks away, but it didn't have the front counter. It didn't have an opportunity for citizens to come to the police or to Chief Locatis' team. It was a closed office. This is now where citizens can actually come in and speak to the services.
Scott?
Yep, Scott from Post Media. How does the size of this space compare to the Stephen Avenue location?
It's a bigger space in terms of more office space, more cubicles, more work areas for our members. Also a place where they can come for meal breaks, use washrooms, and also store their equipment. We were pretty tight for equipment. We were pretty tight for space, and just a better collaborative space for our two agencies to work together.
Okay, thank you. And my follow-up is, does this end the quest for like a full-fledged station in the downtown, or is that still a long-term objective of CPS?
No, I don't think it ends it. I think those are just long-term plans we continue to work with our city partners and all of our partners in terms of where's the best place for the Calgary Police Service to have physical buildings. Those are ongoing conversations we have all the time in our planning processes.
Go ahead.
I have 2 questions here. So I didn't really quite catch how many more police officers are going to be on the street in the downtown core, and also because of the high drug population and now the new synthesized drugs, with the carfentanil and such, fentanyl, some of the Narcan kits aren't working. Are some of the police officers going to have Narcan kits, on their person, because there's so many overdoses in this core?
Okay, so I'll try to answer both questions. I'll answer the latter one first, which is, so all of our police officers carry Narcan kits. And so it probably happens, I would say, on a daily basis where they are using Narcan to save an individual, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doses to revive that individual and get them to medical treatment. So the short answer is our members carrying Narcan kits, they 100% are, and they're using them regularly, right across the city, not just in downtown. In terms of in terms of officer presence, there's going to be no change. We have our downtown safety enforcement team, which is our members that are on foot patrol, also on bikes. They're going to continue to be down here. Our patrol officers who patrol the downtown and police cars are going to continue to be down here. Our district operations teams, they're all going to continue to still be in the area. So there's no physical change to the number of police officers, except for the members that are working the front counter. Instead of working out of the Ramsay location, they'll be working out of this location.
And so in regards to people accessing the front door, many police stations, you have to buzz in and such like that. You know, so let's say if someone is having an overdose, is this somewhere that they can come?
So again, this counter is going to be open Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. So that is the restriction, but there will always be somebody here. If someone's having an overdose and someone comes to this location to seek help, Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, we'll absolutely have a police officer there who can respond.
Question for the mayor. Mayor, what impact do you hope this presence in the downtown has on safety?
I think it's important for people to have a place they can go if they've got a concern, if they've got a safety concern, or if you think about the number of people that work downtown, to have to file a report or come in to get any kind of the service that they need from a regular police station, it's much easier for them to come here than it is to go down to Ramsay. So I think it's going to offer convenience. I think it's going to offer a sense of safety. And as we've heard, we've got multiple teams working together to make sure that downtown safety is a priority.
Follow-up, not sure if it's for you, if it's for one of the chiefs. Does this space offer any expansion potential? Perhaps this turns into the downtown police station, you know, through years of use and growth in need.
I will. There's a small opportunity for expansion within the space that we have. But if we were to turn this into another police district, we would need a much larger facility than we have here.
With this office, what will change?
In what regard?
In any regard.
What changes, as I said earlier, is a proximity to seek, as the mayor just mentioned. If you need to file a police report, if you need to see a police officer, if you need to go to the Calgary Police Service, you'll have to drive to one of our district offices. And the closest one here is in Ramsay. So if you are a user, if you live, work, play in the downtown area, then you have to find your way down to Ramsay if you want to go to a police station to file a complaint or see a police officer. This will offer proximity to the downtown, so you don't have to leave the downtown in when you need a police service or any of the service that our bylaw officers provide as well.
Any other questions?
One question for the mayor, if you don't mind. How dramatically, or will this affect the budget for something like this to be opened with City Council? How dramatic is this in terms of cost? Will this be something that you're dipping into? Is this something that will need to be addressed down the road?
So as we know, council has made commitments to downtown and transit safety. We've invested an additional $15 million over time to make sure that people feel safe and secure when they're downtown and when they're on transit. This particular location, the ability to locate here is from base budget. So there's no additional cost to us. So the teams were able to find the money within the base budget to be able to deliver this model.
Thank you. One last question for Officer Gill, if you don't mind. You had mentioned Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. As we know, kind sir, things happen beyond 4 o'clock on Monday to Friday. Things happen on the weekend. Was there any consideration of having this as a 24/7 operation?
If you look across all of our service, we don't have any front counters of our 8 police districts that are open 24/7. We have police officers working 24/7 all the time, and if Calgarians need support, they can phone 911, or they can phone our number at 266-1234 if they need police services or they want to file a complaint outside of those hours. What we have as a front counter is when you need an accident sticker, if you get into a motor vehicle collision, if you need a police report, if you need to come in and give a statement, or you have questions or need advice from the police, that's what the front counter services are. So it's like many other services and agencies. They work during the core hours of Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. So that's just the front counter. Our police services are our police districts. Our members are working 24/7 every day of the year. And you can always get a hold of a police officer if you need. This is just a front counter to provide some of those services that you can only get at the front counter.
Like in the transit spaces, there's the push button for help. And so, you know, perhaps that's an opportunity for the police to have one of those, you know, if you're not operating, you know, past 4 o'clock Monday to Friday, maybe like a help zone that goes directly to 911.
It's an awesome idea. We'll take that away.
I know the budget question was asked, but we didn't get a specific number. What is the cost of the setup of this and the operation? Do we know?
So from the city's perspective, I believe it's $250,000 that's being that's being put in annually. From the police budget, you would know 40,000.
Okay. And just one clarifying question. The release here says uniformed officers. I'm assuming that's CPS, that's peace officers, transit peace officers. Does it run the gamut? It's all of them? Can use this space? Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. But I will add is, you know, we work with other partners as well. So this is a good meeting place to get together, to strategize, to understand issues more holistically and work together. So, but on a regular basis, you'll see transit public safety officers, community safety peace officers, Calgary Police Service, and then on occasion other agencies that we often work with, working together.
Actually, further to that, could that be the change, is that there is more communication between, because of the unified office?
Yeah, well, I think there's lots of communication that happens right now with those organizations, but having a shared facility where we see each other on a regular basis, I think it just facilitates, you know, deeper relationships, more communication, and I think that'll lead to much better outcomes.
If I can just add one thing. One of the things that we know from the Calgary Police Service was this overwhelming feeling that officers had that they had to manage everything. And so by integrating the teams, we can now make sure that police service members are being sent on calls that they are best suited for, and that we have transit officers and peace officers and other folks who are doing work in the community that are able to address different situations. So the full burden is no longer just on Calgary Police Service. It's being shared, and the most appropriate individual is dispatched for whatever that call may be.
Can I just, Mayor, could I just keep you up here? This is one of the recommendations from the downtown safety table. Can you inform us what other things have been done, you know, what other tasks or recommendations have been accomplished in that downtown safety table aside from this?
I could get into detail on that, but I will tell you that the biggest thing that has come out of that downtown safety table is the ability for multiple different parties to express what they're seeing and what they think a reasonable solution could be. There has been a big focus on making sure that we are doing a culturally appropriate response, that we are engaging with the different communities that are represented downtown. So that's probably one of the biggest takeaways. And just making sure that we are taking care of people in situations of crisis and not just policing for the sake of policing, but making sure that the appropriate response is provided depending on the situation.